All right, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into something that so many people deal with. That stubborn bit of fullness under the chin that just won't go away, no matter what you do. We're going to be demystifying neck liposuction, a procedure designed to bring back that sharp, defined jawline.
You know the feeling, right? You're eating healthy, you're staying active, but that little area under your chin, it just hangs on for dear life. Well, it turns out the reason for it might be something completely out of your control.
So let's get a little technical for a second. What's actually going on here from a medical standpoint? It's time to move past the nickname and get to the real term.
Doctors actually call it submental fullness. It's really just a straightforward way of saying there's a collection of excess fat right there under the chin. And that's what can soften the jawline and get rid of that nice sharp angle we expect to see between the chin and the neck.
So what's behind it? Well, get this. The #1 cause isn't what you think. It's genetics. That's right, you can literally inherit it. Sure, things like aging and weight gain definitely play a role, but for so many people, it just comes down to the cards they were dealt, anatomically speaking.
Okay, so now that we know what we're dealing with, what can you actually do about it? Well, when it comes to tackling submental fullness, you've basically got two main paths you can go down.
On one hand, you have non-surgical options, things like fat-dissolving injections. And they can work, especially for milder cases, but you're often looking at multiple appointments to see a difference. But on the other hand, surgical liposuction is usually a one-and-done deal. It physically removes the fat, which lets a surgeon get in there and precisely sculpt the area for a way more dramatic and lasting change.
So let's say you're thinking about that surgical route. You're probably wondering what exactly happens in the operating room. Let's pull back the curtain and break down the whole procedure step by step.
It's actually a super refined process. First, the surgeon makes a few tiny incisions in places you'll never see them. Then, a very thin tube, called a cannula, is used to gently suction out that specific fat. But here's the most important part. The final step isn't just about removal. It's pure artistry. The surgeon is meticulously sculpting and contouring what's left to create that sharp, beautiful profile. And what's the payoff for all that precision? Well, patients can see a jawline that is dramatically sharper and a profile that just looks more balanced. The incisions are tiny and hidden. The recovery is actually pretty quick, and the results, they're designed to last a very, very long time.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. With any kind of surgery, we have to talk about the risks. It's absolutely crucial to have a clear, transparent look at the full picture. No sugarcoating.
And this quote right here, it just says it all. Being an informed patient is being an empowered patient. It's not about being sold on something, it's about having all the knowledge, the good and the bad, so you can make a decision you feel truly confident about. So let's break this down. On the left, you've got the common stuff. Things like swelling, bruising, maybe some temporary numbness. These are pretty much an expected part of the healing process. Now, on the right, you see the less common, more serious risks, like an infection or major contour problems. And this is exactly why choosing a board-certified, experienced surgeon is so incredibly important.
All right, the procedure's done. What happens next? Let's walk through the road to recovery, because knowing what to expect from day one all the way to the final result can make the whole journey feel a lot less intimidating.
So for the first few days, you'll be wearing a compression garment. That's key for keeping swelling down. By the 1 to 2 week mark, bruising gets a lot better, and a lot of people can get back to desk jobs. But here's the thing you gotta remember. The final, super refined result, that takes time to show up. We're talking 3 to 6 months for all that deep healing to finish and for the final contour to really pop.
And making that healing process go smoothly is really a team effort. Your part of the deal involves a few really important things. Wearing that compression garment just like they tell you, sleeping with your head propped up on pillows, taking a break from the gym for a couple of weeks, and of course, staying in touch with your surgeon.
We've covered the problem, the procedure, the recovery, but let's get to the million-dollar question, the one everyone really wants to know. Do the results actually last? Let's take a look at the long-term outlook.
And here it is, the key takeaway. Those fat cells that are removed during liposuction, they are gone. For good. They don't grow back. That means the results are considered incredibly long-lasting, if not totally permanent.
Now, while those specific cells are gone forever, the fat cells that are still there can get bigger if you gain a lot of weight down the road. So, the best way to protect your investment and keep that amazing sculpted look is just to maintain a stable, healthy weight and lifestyle. It's that simple.
And that kind of brings us to a final, more personal question to think about. For any procedure like this, It's worth asking yourself, is the goal really to change who you are, or is it maybe about removing one small distraction so you can finally see the person who was there all along just a little more clearly? It's a powerful thought to end on.